AITA for not letting my wife keep her old habits after we had a baby, so here goes. My 39M wife, 34F, is a very active person with time-consuming hobbies and likes to spend time on those hobbies with her friends. This means sometimes she is gone for most of a weekend or a whole day every now and then. She also likes to help her friends, one in particular, with all of their problems any time of day or sometimes night. She also works pretty late, so I usually pick our daughter, 1F, up. It is worth mentioning that I have 2 kids from a previous marriage, 12F and 10N. Before we had our daughter, and when we were discussing the possibility, I mentioned that it wouldn't work with her busy schedule and she would have to make huge changes if we were going to have a child together. She assured me she was on board with that and it wouldn't be a problem. That year she went on 3 trips abroad without me, which was fine, but again I mentioned this would not be possible once we had a child. Fast forward to us having a 6-month-old, now she wants to go on a hobby-related trip with her friends for 5 days. Wouldn't it be terrible if she was left out? So long story short, I was guilted into letting her go. She of course doesn't miss any of those weekends either, and unfortunately they usually happen when I have my other children. I have them every other week. I feel it is really difficult to take good care of them when I am alone with them and their baby sister, as she requires almost all of my time and attention. Another thing, she has never taken a summer vacation with me because she is always too busy. This is okay but not ideal, as I am really bad at finding fun things to do with the kids on vacation. However, now she actually wants to go abroad for another hobby-related thing during my summer vacation with the kids. Not only do I find this unfair to me but the kids as well, but she is pressuring me with guilt about how important this is to her and that her mother can take care of our daughter. I don't want to leave her with her grandmother for a week. I am writing this on Easter Sunday, alone with our daughter because she is on a road trip with her friend all day. She notified me of this, didn't ask me or discuss it. Just let me know. This summer friend wanted her to take a drive with her at 3 a.m. a few weeks ago. They apparently had to take someone to the airport. I said forget it, you have a baby, her friend does not, and I'm sick of this. She relented but calls me controlling for interfering. She was complaining about being sleepy all day next day. I wonder how tired she would have been. So I guess what I am looking for is, am I really being controlling or am I right and this is just not acceptable behavior for a family? I sometimes feel like we are just roommates who sleep together and have a child together rather than an actual family. Update: since this has come up so many times, her hobbies are mostly dogs and horseback riding. She breeds dogs and to a much smaller extent, horses. These hobbies do not generate income except barely to cover the costs of doing them, and therefore I call them hobbies, and more importantly, she agrees with this assessment. Which brings me to the next point. She found this post and understandably got a bit upset about all the negativity here and felt that I had painted an unfair-looking picture. She is probably right because I was writing the original post while my youngest daughter was still awake and I was feeling upset myself. Let me try to rectify that. She does take care of our daughter a lot. On weekdays I go to work in the morning but she usually doesn't go until after 12. So she takes care of the mornings. She has also taken the brunt of the nights when problems occur, because I simply couldn't function at work if I did, and she had done a remarkable job at this. She also very often puts her to bed in the evening. So saying nasty things about her neglecting her daughter is not true. Also, I do not want to force her to quit her hobbies. That is not the issue and never has been. I guess what I want is consensus about things like suddenly going out for all of Easter Sunday to take pictures of dogs in nature, not just being informed about it with little advance. Discussing things, making plans together, that is what family should do.